Every time that I want to step out of my studio to go buy some new clothes for myself, and I'm extremely excited because I love fashion, I love the fashion world, so I get excited for simple things, for a simple t-shirt. I go into shops, I see some beautiful t-shirt designs, but the thing is that most of the times I say to myself, man, if this color was less flashy, I would have bought 20 of them. And I don't know if it also happened to you that you go in a shop, you see something that in terms of design and fabric quality you love so much, but you end up not buying it because this color is too bright, this color is too moody, I don't like it. And in terms of design, we are referring to brightness and saturation levels of those colors that we don't like, it's not in our color palette or fashion style, but no one talks about how to dial in the brightness and saturation levels of those colors. And one simple style that made me think about all of that is vintage. And it's kind of interesting because we usually don't associate certain colors with vintage style, but with certain brightness and saturation levels of every single color that we can use. In fact, we always say that vintage colors are really moody, really desaturated. Let me show you some examples on real websites that I've done for my latest clients, and the outcome was extremely different. The perceived end result by the client was completely different. So let's have a look. Let's start from my design studio website, and by the way, if you haven't checked it out, I'll leave you the link in the description down below. Go check it out and let me know your thoughts in the comments, or tag me on Instagram, send me a DM. Whatever you want, just let me know your thoughts because I would love to know your feedback. And we're gonna change the brightness and saturation levels of just the titles, and we're gonna see that the entire vibe of the website is gonna change in a matter of seconds. And as you can see, guys, I told you, in a matter of seconds, 2 clicks, and the entire mood is completely different. I went ahead and I also changed the brightness levels of all the other colors on the page. And guys, we are talking about day and night here. This is not a bad style, this is not looking bad. It depends on the style and art direction of your project. The brightness and saturation levels can really break or make your design, because let's say that a client come to you and want a website from you. The entire art direction needs to be towards something that looks like vintage, more moody, elegant, and you present something that, like the first option, the entire design, your client is gonna throw everything in the trash. This is a pretty obvious demonstration that brightness and saturation levels can play a huge role into your designs that can make or break them. Now for this, the client asked me to create something that feels moody, kind of elegant, minimal, while keeping at the same time kind of a boutique vibe. And as you can see, all the colors fits into this description and in those words. So if, for example, you say moody and minimal, elegant, you use colors that are desaturated and more muted. But let's imagine that I went down another path, so by choosing colors that are more saturated and bright, so something more towards the white for the white. In terms of the green, I want something way more brighter than this one and more saturated, something like that. We also need to change the white color for the text, because otherwise we see nothing. Now that we've changed the brightness and saturation levels for all the colors, you can see that this page, guys, is totally another world compared to the previous one. And if you compare them side by side, you can see what I mean, because in the right side it feels modern with a nice layout, with nice typography, but it doesn't say anything to me whether this one is a complete vibe. This looks really modern, but at the same time with a vibe, elegant, minimal, editorial, everything, guys. And this is what I want you to remember. Perfectly dial in and take the time to dial in every single value that you have in your designs, involved in your designs, for colors, for typography, fonts, images. If you choose and use templates or websites that does everything for you, you're just gonna create something that millions of other people and designers already made and already created, and you're not gonna create a really nice experience that people can remember. This is another website that I've recently finished for Gabriele Sarini, which is an Italian painter, and I wanted all his paintings to be the star of the website, and that is why I've used the white background for the website. But although we have a white background, if you change the brightness level of it, we can see that the entire vibe of the website changes in a matter of seconds. Okay, guys, in a matter of seconds and clicks. And as you can see, everything looks way more kind of vintage. We can say that vintage is the word of this video. I don't know how many times I've said vintage, but it is what it is, because actually it looks way more vintage than before, and it doesn't look that polished, that kind of magazine vibe, but more of an old archive, if you will, if you know what I'm talking about. There are all those designs of archives throughout the internet on Pinterest, especially in Pinterest, and they all look like that. And by the way, we can do the same thing for the black one, because let's see that if I want to change the brightness level for the black, something more gray, it doesn't look that good, but you can see that everything is completely different from the previous version. This is the before, this is the after. By showing you these 3 examples and websites with these small changes and variations in terms of colors, I just wanted to show you that you need to dial in everything in order to create a vibe, an award-winning vibe for your website. And I wanted to show you something that not a lot of people tell you to do, and that actually is a huge part in choosing the right colors for your website. So I hope you found this video helpful, because at least when I discovered all of those things, everything was a game changer, because I was able to achieve way better results after all of that. I was able to create better color palettes, better designs. So let me know in the comments down below if you found everything helpful, or if you already knew all of that. I don't know, maybe I've wasted your time and I'm sorry for that. So let me know in the comments down below if you found this video helpful, or if I've wasted your time because you already knew all of those things.